الصبح بدا من طلعاته والليل الدجى من ظفراته الله والله والله هو الله الله والله والله هو الله.
होरी खेले रघुबीरा अवध में होरी खेले रघुबीरा
होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा
अरे होरी खेले रघुबीरा अवध में होरी खेले रघुबीरा
होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा
होरी खेले रघुबीरा अवध में होरी खेले रघुबीरा
होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा
अरे होरी खेले रघुबीरा अवध में होरी खेले रघुबीरा
होली खेले रघुवीरा अवध में होली खेले रघुवीरा
हिल मिल आवे लोग लुगाई
Pleasant good night to each and everyone that are tuning here on this segment of the Target or on Target. And I must say thank you for tuning in tonight, guys, and please do the honorable thing and share the live as you locked in. Share the live. Want to take this opportunity to say a pleasant good night to I see we have Omar Sharif. Good night to you, my brother. And we have Arjun, Joe here, Margaret Charles, and most of all, we have our very own Stanley Hamilton. Good night to you, Stanley Hamilton. And we have Keith Benjamin, Porshram Kishore. Good night to each and every one of you. And guys, I'm seeing the numbers are kicking in, and please share the live, and let us go into some discussions tonight. And I would appreciate it if you take the opportunity tonight by calling in the number 6110200 to share your views and opinions. And if you have anything else that you want to share or questions that you want to ask, if I do have the answers, I will definitely give you the answers. So please ensure to call in tonight, because tonight is going to be a little, ticklish night. There's a lot of things to touch on here tonight. As we know, today has been one of the most today, what to call it, today was a real busy day. Today was an exciting day as well. So Vishram Patrick, I see you here. Good night, Vishram. Geeta Prasad, and we have Jill Eon. Good night to you and all those who are locked in. And guys, please share the live. All right, so first I want to take this opportunity to say happy holiday to our Hindu brothers and sisters, or some person might say happy Pagwa to our Hindu brothers and sisters, and by extent to all of Guyanese. And we know this is a holiday that since I growing up, Pagwa is being an holiday that we always enjoy. We enjoy by soaking each other's skin and all these things. It's fun. At that time, we didn't know about, it was a Hindu religion, or we didn't, all we know is that Guyanese celebrated Pagwa. We wait for the day. As soon as we hear Pagwa, you're running over to your neighbor yard, you're soaking the skin, you're soaking your brother and your sister in the bed, and all these things. That's what we know about, right? It's only as we get older now, and I wouldn't say as we get older now, I would say in today's society, with all the political vultures out there on the other side who want to segregate the people by using this race thing, and we don't know about that. We know about celebrating Pagwa, we know about celebrating emancipation, we know about celebrating Armenian heritage, we know about celebrating Chinese New Year's and everything. That's how we know it. We celebrate as a people and we work together as a people. So once again, I want to say happy Holi or happy Pagwa to our Hindu brothers and sisters and Guyanese by extent. So what's going on your side of the world? Let me know where you tune in from, and if you are celebrating your birthday today, or as we speak, I want to say happy birthday to you. And also, if you are celebrating your wedding anniversary or whatever anniversary, I want to say happy anniversary, and I wish you many more to come. Omar Sharif, good night. Did I say good night to you, Omar Sharif? Salam, my brother. Good night to you. Good night to you if I haven't, right? So, yes. So, happy birthday, happy anniversary, whatever. Happy, I do hope you enjoy this. Henry Jagdio, good night to you, Henry. Henry's here again. And I have Elizabeth Ramcharan celebrating the spring of renewal of life when the flowers come to life, this celebration. Good night to you, Elizabeth Ramcharan. And Elizabeth Ramcharan is coming all the way from Melly Mel area. Elizabeth, you don't start off this thing already. I got no manners of this like you tonight. I ain't talking nothing about Melly Mel tonight. Nothing. Nothing. If you want to hear anything about Melly Mel, I ain't talking nothing about Melly Mel. Or you want we talk about Melly Mel. I know enough you come here tonight to hear about Melly Mel, right? So yes, I have to get accustomed to this because I'm looking on my computer all the time, guys. Right? So please bear with me because I am using my laptop and I'm reading all the comments from my laptop here, and my camera is before me. So yes, so I have to get used to this, talking to the camera and not to the laptop or to the computer. All right. So share the live, and let us go into the wrap or to the discussion as we normally say. And I see we have Kumar Tulshi. Kumar. And he's Kumar is tuning from Ohio. Good night to you, my brother. And I think it's the first time I ever seen you in my life here. And thank you for tuning in, my brother. And thank you for being here. This is the only accurate source of, well, I don't want to say the only accurate source of information, but whenever you come on my, let me make this very clear to persons here. Today Stanley Hamilton, don't start this night. No, Stanley Hamilton started with kids. Love that little jig you did today. Yeah, bro. Hey, Stanley, the jig there is a celebration. This is my dance I using for when my friend Melly Mel come home. I go into the airport especially and wait there for she, and I bust in the dance there when I see she coming out of the airport. Right? So let me get down to the discussion. Barbara, I haven't seen you for a while, baby. Where have you been? Good night, Barbara. Thank you for tuning in, and I haven't seen you a long time. Well, I know you've been taking a rest. I think the last time we spoke, you told me something you were taking a rest off of social media and so on. But thank you for being back here. And we're trying to keep our environment clean and peaceful as possible. Right? So thank you once again, Barbara, for being here tonight. What's wrong with these flying here tonight? Anyway, um, what I was going to say to you guys, whenever I utilize my platform for any source of information, and I will say this to you time and time before, whenever I utilize my platform here to put out information, I ensure that I investigate it to the bottom and ensure that it is 100% accurate. Right? If you find me putting any false information out here, rarely you might ever find me being misled. Right? I ensure that the source of information that's coming from is authentic, because I don't want to come to put anything out here to mislead anybody, right? So I don't want to sound as though I'm exaggerating, but if you check it back, I was the first person. I'm not saying this in a manner to exaggerate, right? But I'm going to tell you the reason why I say so. I was the first person to put that information on social media, where we were told that Smelly Smell would have been arrested by the Homeland Security in New York City. And there's a lot of person came under my post and they say, "Oh, fake news! You always with a set of fake news and all these crap." And I listened to them. I didn't pay no mind to anybody. Troy Larimer, good night to you, my brother. Troy, we related. And when I see Troy and I see the Larimas are very smart, so we're supposed to be related. Rosanna Beamont, great program from our team at Aki's 24 New York. Thank you so much, Rosanna. Rosanna, you're a new follower as well. I haven't seen you. I think I have never seen you in my life before. And Troy Larimer as well. So, Rosanna, thank you. And this is the best place and the better place to be, because anything that comes out of here is accurate and is good. We don't lie, we don't make up nothing, and we don't go after people unless it's absolutely necessary. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. And that's coming from Kamran Ramdat. Thank you, Kamran Ramdat. Thank you so much. Kesh Sharma, good night to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, so I ensure that I do my investigation very fine before I will put information out there. And when I release that information, I ensure that it was accurate. For a matter of fact, the source of where the information come from, I had no reason to investigate it. Right? Let me tell you how they say. I don't come on this platform to boast up and no big buy or anything. I am very simple on my programs. I am very simple and I want to keep it that way. Even if I rise to 500,000 followers, I will keep it that way, because there's no need for me to, come on these programs and here's a big buy and this, you talk to people anyhow. No. There's no need for that, because what I have to remember, and all those who have social media platform that is building their follow base and their supporters, we have to understand that every single follower count on our page. From the time somebody click follow, it's for some reasons that they have some form of interest in you. Whether they, even if they don't like you, they have some form of interest in you because they find you interesting. So I give credit to my followers, and so far I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, my 19,000, almost 19,000 followers. I want to say thank you for your continued support. Even those who would cuss me out and so on, thank you so much, because of your your zest about me, or how you felt about me, or you admire me awkwardly. It motivates me every day. It motivates my life every day. It motivates me in growing and building my platform. And let me tell you something, not every cuss out is a cuss out that we should, you know, see it as though people are attacking us, because we have to understand not everybody would know to explain themselves in a more better way. So, grammatically, some person will try to, put it out, or be extraordinary. So we have to understand that. But however, thank you guys so much. So I'm talking too much. Let's get on to the discussion. So this morning, after I would have received a call from Jason Wilson, good night to you. Um, Jason Wilson, good night to you, my brother, all the way from Letem. Lauren Prashad, good night to you. James Henry, good night to you. All right. Thank you so much, Stanley Hamilton, the real deal. Right. So that's smelly funny on your page. Parvati, yeah. Yeah, Prasad, Patti Prasad said, get on that smelly funny on your page. Yeah. Thank you so much. Right? Yeah, so I will ensure that my information is accurate. So this morning I received a call, and the call came directly from I'm not permitted to call out the direct source of information here because it will be a breach of security. But anyway, I received a call coming from in New York itself to say, all right, this is the information, and you can release. And I released that information. So I know a lot of people side and them said, this man's a madman. We come up with like he's another Sherrod Duncan or somebody, right? I know some people was like, hey, we're really going on here. We get this from, people cuss me out, right? Ah, Stanley, I don't care, Stanley. I'm it's Bork Calby. Hey, Stanley, I can tell you one time I received a call from Bork, right? And people, that no joke. I received a call from Bork. That was like 2 years or 3 years back, with the Nigel Darmlal story. Bork wanted to offer me $20 million to give him any information that I have on Nigel Darmlal. And it's like, bro, you were serious? The first thing you calling me phone, right? Where you got my number from? And you offer me $20 million to give you information. I look like Nigel Darmlal father or his son or or his guardian or something. You understand? And this is the dirty game that these guys are playing. Right? And I don't want to hear the language that I put to me, and he never called back my phone. Right? So yes, it's an extortion, Stanley. That's what they do. Right? So after I was given the information, I released it. I encountered a lot of cuss out on my TikTok account as well, because I put it up there, and you lie, fake news, this and that, and but I pay no mind. I do what I had to do. I release my information because I know a lot of Guyanese would like to hear this. A lot of Guyanese celebrated. At least I myself personally, my wife, we have celebrated. And the reason why I said this, like myself and my family, there are many families here in Guyana who came under the attack by Melly Mel, who attacked people's family, people day-to-day living. She attacked ministers of government, she attacked the first lady, she attacked the president, the vice president, the prime minister, everybody. For some reason, Melly Mel feel that she was untouchable, and she could, say things about people without anybody getting any justice. She even went as far as attacking our attorney general, Anil Nandalal, and all these things. But like they said, every rope have an end, according to Jason, right? And every day bucket go well, one day one day bottom will fall out, and that's what happened to Melly Mel, right? I saw Rickford Borg jumping in defense of her, but what you don't know is that his days are numbered as well. I'm going to say this publicly, whether he wants to take it as a threat or not. Rickford Borg days are numbered, right? So y'all don't worry yourself. And let me tell y'all something. This 2025 elections, it's going to be a social media war, right? Prepare for that, right? There's a lot of people, there's a lot of surprises coming out in this 2025 regional and general elections. right? Y'all even look for me because they're gonna come after me. I know they already. I know the plans that they have. I know what they want to say and even what they will try to do and so on. But I don't mind. I am prepared to fight for this government. I am prepared to fight for the People's Progressive Party Civic. I am prepared to fight for Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali returning as our president for the second term, 2025 to 2030. And the reason I'm doing that is not because, oh, we are comrades, we are friends, or whatever. Is because I believe that he's a competent leader. I believe that he has the potential to move Guyana forward of what he would have done in 3 years. I continue to say 3 years. The reason I continue to say 3 years is because this government technically only had 3 years. They had 2 years of COVID where they were stifled from moving forward. But the government had to make a harsh decision in moving forward and said, look, we got things to do. We cannot let COVID bother us. We're going to put systems and measures in place to eliminate it, and we're going to move on. And the government did what they had to do. And the People's Progressive Party Civic continue. And I believe, like many other Guyanese, there's nothing that is going to distract me. There's nothing that can bother me. I know a lot of people is I'm gonna say, and let me rephrase that. I don't want to say a lot of people. There are some people out there who for some reason are being distracted by the movements of Azruddin Muhammad going into communities and people going out to him and all these things. Y'all don't be distracted by that, right? And there's a lot of reasons. And if you listen to the Vice President press conference today, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reason that you should not be distracted by that because we are confident in what we are doing. We are confident in this government. We are confident in the leadership of our president, our vice president, our prime minister, and every single minister of government who would have delivered within their time in office, and they will continue to do so after 2025, right? So we have nothing to worry, right? A lot of people that is going out there, people are going out with expectations, right? Hoping that this man would turn up with a Lamborghini full of money. So everybody that stand there or are there, he will take out a slab of $5,000 and give it to them, right? But I want people to understand this, that kind of mentality is what we call it. Stanley, help me, right? Is what we call it. Oh shucks, they got a phrase we use it, but I'm going to get that. But it's technically saying is that kind of mentality is as if you're trying to create beggars. Everybody's going to look up to you because from the time they hear, oh, Mohammed's, from the time they hear that, they're looking up with their hands open. That's not the way. That's not the way how we're going to build life. Because I always believe instead of giving a man a fish every day, it's better you teach him how to fish. And give him a rod, teach him how to fish. And a matter of fact, this government is even going further than teaching persons or teaching people how to fish. And they are giving you the rod, teaching you how to fish, and also they're giving you a pan. So the government is meeting you almost 90%. And when you check it, which government in the world does this? Right? There's a lot of I can tell you this. I can tell you this. And President Irfan Ali will say this to you sometime soon. That governments around the world, there are countries in the world that really don't like what is actually happening here in Guyana with our government. When I said don't like it, don't get me in the wrong way, right? What this president is doing in this country is reaching out and is giving and giving and giving. And I believe my personal opinion, I believe that somewhere along the line, this might create some form of mental laziness for some people, and you have already seen it because some people now are telling you that, look, oh, you're giving the children, you're giving the school children 55,000. You're giving them $100,000 cash grant. You're giving them $10,000 tax relief. You're giving them 100,000 newborn baby. So babies, a matter of fact. So when you look at this, is that everything that it's only a matter of time before the president said, look, No Guyanese, you don't work, you relax. We can give everybody money. And this is the kind of mentality that the PNC itself wanted to put the or to set the people mind in that look, we have oil money and therefore the government can afford to give every single Guyanese $1 million, $2 million. You know, this is the kind of mentality. And if you check it back in history, right? If you check it back in history, this is a kind of this is it's a form of indoctrination. You know, the PNC wants people to run to them, to beg them, to stretch their hands, right? This is the only government that, you know, would have created so many opportunities to Guyanese. I guarantee you that from 2020 to date and 2020, prior 2020 to 2015, I guarantee you at least 50% of Guyana's population who hadn't a house or a house lot today have one. I guarantee you that the government so far have already delivered over 50,000 house lot to Guyanese as promised on the manifesto and more, right? Because the government continues to give and give and give all the time, right? So I don't want persons I don't want person to, you know, I try as much to see to put my words right, because you know people tend to put things in their own way. But the point I'm trying to get to you is that this government is doing more than it would have promised in the 2020 regional and general election manifesto, right? Hello, I worked for him for 1 year, so you can tell me about. Okay. Last night somebody reached out to me and they said to me, Kevon, um, they said to me, Kevon, I saw, I think it was, they call it thy name, I don't even know. You got a set of beard on your face. I don't pay attention to these people, man, because there's a set of mad people out there. But you got a set of beard on your face, and he and somebody else was saying that it was the APNU who come up with the housing development plan and strategy or something like that. I want people to understand this. Prior 2015, prior 2015, the PPPC Civic, right, had all these systems in place already. For a matter of fact, since when President Irfan Ali was Minister of Housing, all these systems were already in place, right? So y'all gotta understand that APNU has this kind of attitude. They like to take praises for things, or they like to take ownership for things, right? When we all know when we all know that these are visionless people, right? They like to take ownership of things that they don't know about. However, we're not here to boast and say who create what. What we know for sure is that this government has delivered so far, right? So I want to say, I want to encourage every Guyanese. I want to encourage all our supporters, our support base of the People's Progressive Party Civic, to stay strong. Don't be distracted by what you see out there, right? Don't be distracted by that at all. And let me tell y'all something. All who are worrying, oh, if Mohammed run for president, or if he's going to contest in the general and regional election, let me tell y'all something. But the pace that he's going on with out there, if he had wanted to do so, or if he could have run for office, he would have already stated, right? And that alone speaks for itself. I don't have to say much more, right? So yesterday I would have seen a statement by the leader of the Alliance for Change Party, um, Mr. Nigel Hughes, would have put out a statement to say that they engaged with Azruddin Mohammed on legal matters, right? And sometimes I just wanted to know if Nigel himself, for some reason, believed that we Guyanese got a ring in we nose, we could hook we and just pull we and wherever he carry we're gonna go, right? This is a man who try all kind of strokes with we. This is a man who tried to tell us that 33 is not the majority of 65. Right? Now this man trying to tell you, you just y'all pick sense out of nonsense, as my grandfather would say. Pick sense out of nonsense. You got a little boy running around the community, right? Driving around in a Lamborghini. I don't know what kind of mentality of that. You're going to assume the poor people and poor communities, as you would say, and you going there and driving with a Lamborghini. It's like, what's the message you're trying to send there? What? You're going to mean poor people, as you claim. Why would you want to go with a Lamborghini? It's like, I myself try to put together, and y'all don't get me wrong, there's no hate about it. It's just, I find it very hypocritical. Right? That's my opinion. Now, you got a man running around the place, run into communities, run into here and there and there. And you are hearing what he's saying. He's already uttering this. And then all of a sudden, you decided that you're going to meet with him to discuss legal matters on the way forward. And in that discussion as well, you are in company of the of the once, or I can say, a former leader of the Alliance for Change Party, the Honorable Raffle Trackman. Right? So, it's like, what is people really trying to tell themselves? It's like they feel that we are so stupid. And then, the thing of it, my brother, I say my brother because, for the Muslims, they say brother. I'm not a Muslim, but I respect everybody's opinion. Right? And this guy, felt as though that, they say money run the world. But you have to understand, when you get into this game of politics, people are very protective of their positions, especially if they work hard to gain it. Right? People are very protective of that. And what I was told, the man approached Aubrey Norton to be the leader of the PNC. And Aubrey tell you plain, look, by how much years in this party to become leader of the PNC, and now you want come because you got a little money and thing, you feel you could take over my seat. Aubrey said no. Aubrey stand resolute. Master, I'm not giving up my position. I will be contesting in the regional general election as the presidential candidate for the APNU AFC. So the man gone over now to the AFC with the same discussion. So I wanted to see if Mr. Hughes will now, actually take he will take up the offer to sell the seat of leadership to make Azruddin the leader of the AFC. That I assume, right? So, these people is really think that we Guyanese, that, we are stupid. You meeting on legal matters. But what I want to say to Mr. Hughes, who is, I know he's a senior counsel, an attorney, and I don't have half as much or quite as much as his experience, and I respect people within their positions. But what bothers me is when I see people like these here take up certain positions, and they have certain amount of experience and knowledge and so on, and they act as though they have no sense at all, right? Because when I saw the man contended for the position of leadership for the AFC at the AFC's last Congress, You know, as Barjagdio said, that his shine would have already wiped off very early, and his shine started to wipe off when he started with this latrine toilet story. To see you as a leader will come down that low to try to address a latrine, a toilet pit story. Those are petty stuff. I see Margaret Sell say he's not the senior counsel. I'm not sure, Margaret, but I just assume that, right? I just assume that. Okay, okay, Stanley Hamilton said no. Granger sidelined him. Okay, okay, okay. Well, I thanks for the correction, Stanley. Right? So these are things. Some people might see these things as small things, right? And what they don't know, you can easily destroy your character or your integrity, your bit of integrity, which I assume you have, by these little petty things, right? So going to the issue of Mr. Mohammed meeting with Rafael Trackman and Nigel Hughes, and then come out to put out a statement. Then why would you want to put a statement out there? You understand? You are the leader of the party. There was already an issue where you had to withdraw yourself from the ExxonMobil contract because it considered to be a conflict of interest. So, I want Mr. Hughes and everyone to know, and this has to be very clear because the vice president would have made it clear. And a lot of people misinterpret that, right? And some of them intentionally misinterpret to spread false news. Right? The vice president never said that if you take a picture with Azmuddin Mohammed, then you could get yourself in problem or you can be sanctioned. He said once you have been caught or found in any business along with the Mohammeds, you can technically be sanctioned. You understand? That is what he clearly said. But then, we got some PNC dummies who want to spread the narratives out there to say the vice president said, if you take out picture, that's not. So let us take an example of what happened to Melly Mel today. Melly Mel wasn't directly pulled in because of some small issue. She was pulled in because of suspected being involved with the Mohammeds who are presently sanctioned by the US. Right? And there is sufficient evidence that Melly Mel has been collecting a large sum of monies. You understand? This is where she survived on. Melly Mel and her husband to survive on monies for matter of fact, they survive on sanctioned monies. You understand? So the US, y'all gotta understand, the US, they investigate you very fine. Right? And apart from that, Melly Mel is not a legal citizen of the US. So they have a lot of grounds where they're going to act on, right? I know some persons are still yet contemplating and they're still wondering what is going on. But you gotta understand it's the US, right? They take the time and do the investigations properly. They just don't run in and make decisions wild just like that, right? So I want Marisha said my net little bad. Marine Rosario, good night. I want persons to understand, and just like Mr. Hughes and the others, that y'all trying to get yourself involved and put yourself into something that is going to destroy the little bit of hope that you have. The AFC would have already lost its zest that it had. And I keep saying this all the time. If the AFC hadn't involved themselves with the APNU in 2015, or starting from 2014, I think it was 2011 to 2014, right? The AFC probably would have been the opposition party today, but they would have lost their support base in every corner of this country when they team up with the gangster party, which is the PNC, right? So now they're now trying to build back some hope. They're trying to get back some integrity. They're trying to get back some support from around the country. But now look what they're doing, right? Yes, as them. Yeah, we know that she overstayed her time and is seeking a political asylum. Right? They would have lost their support base in all corners, and now they're trying to think to come back again. But now they're gone to this here, right? Now it is made very clear, and that is constitutional, that if you find yourself in the company being involved in any form of business of any person that is sanctioned by the United States of America government, then technically you will become a victim as well. So I want persons out there to understand that very clear. Nobody, it is your rights. The Constitution of Ghana gives you the right to associate, to group and associate. Yes, but also you have to be wise enough. You have to have brain enough to know whether you're doing wrong or right, or when to be a part of a company and when not to be a part. Right? So nobody's telling you that you can't lime or you can't take pictures, because that's not true. The vice president never said that. Nobody's ever said that. But you have to know your limits. You have to know how far you plan to go. You have to know if you're making investments, right? Right? Prasad Party said, another election around the corner and the coalition can't find their SOPs. Party, you just like me. Everybody waiting to see the SOPs so far. The winning SOPs of the Apple Waves. Let me tell you all a story. Well, everybody knows that I worked with the coalition in 2020. I was the chief, not the chief, sorry. I was the assistant campaign manager for Region 10. Right? And let me tell you all of an incident. Let me tell you all of an incident. They had a particular individual who now serves as the regional vice chairman. And there were some SOPs that were to coming from Magura, Great Falls, 58, 47, Rockstone, Malali, Murtaro. Right? Borbis River, we had Kokwani, we had Hururu, we had Wiki Kalkuni, we had Kimbia, we had Wairuni, and we had Sand Hills. All of these falls within the boundaries or the fall within the boundaries of Region 10. And there was no way that they could have gotten those SOPs from those polling stations in the Borbis River, the Demerara River, and the Essequibo River, also including Rivers View. And I was there with a man by the name of Mr. London. Y'all might know the other name. Y'all know the man that built Stanley Hamilton, Cali first name. Y'all know the man that built the Durban Park, that had the contract to print birth certificates. Yes. So I was there the very next morning because we stood there. We were there all night at the Utuku guest house. And I heard the conversation because I although I was the assistant campaign manager, they kept me out completely because remember, this is a PNC area and I represent the Guyana Action Party. So whatever they were doing, and not to say whatever they're doing, the rigging that they were rigging, they hadn't want me to be a part of it because, When I said a part of it, they didn't want me to have the knowledge to know what they were doing. However, I overheard the conversation. They were they had copies, fake copies of SOPs, of which they created their own numbers. Right? They created their own numbers and their own SOPs. And those is what was submitted. Now I saw somebody say Carol Smith. Well, then she's one of those friends for call she name. I remember when the APNU AFC had a meeting at the Egbert Benjamin Recreational Hall here in Linden next to Mackenzie High School, where they were meeting ROs and returning officers, right? ROs. And Carol Smith came there to train the ROs and the polling agents. And Carol Smith blatantly, well, first, she asked a question. She said, everybody here is coalition? Yes. Everybody here? Yeah, solid? She said, yes. Say, yeah, we're all right here, weapon. Still, I don't trust people. So y'all take off your phones. Turn off your phones. Everybody take out the phone to turn off. She said, well, here what y'all know. Region 10 is the PNC. And we're going to ensure that we take control of every polling station in Region 10. And y'all know what? Y'all don't have to present a portfolio. Once y'all know is we people come, we can teach them how to signal y'all and we can dance. So if they go and they come again, y'all dance to the music. People, let me tell y'all something. We know Georgetown bigger than Linden, right? But if we're talking about a fair and free election, and if they should investigate Linden Region 10, the coalition, the APNO AFC, I think they presented 19,300 and something votes for the regional and general elections of 2020. But really and truly, I guarantee you that the APNO AFC did not gain more than 16,000 or 16,500 votes in 2020. Should there be an investigation? Region 10 was the rigging zone of the APNU in 2020. Take it from me. I'm telling you this. And I will do some investigation and pull up the records to find those information. Right? I keep telling y'all, these people, and when I say this to you, when I say this to you tonight, I thought if y'all look, skin raised, bumps. The APNU AFC, these people know very well that they burnt my house. These people came, they removed my laptop, and they removed my hard drive for my desktop. Because when the house was burnt, there was no remains. And every time I talk about this, I will tell you that. There were no remains of a hard drive and a laptop. And my house was burnt flat. I had tons and tons and tons of information that could have destroyed them to the ground right now. Most of what I have today is inside here and in here that I remember. You understand? This is not campaign time. And I'm just giving you a hint. This is just the beginning. And they will have to do whatever they have to do. I've already received threats. I could pull up my messenger. I've already received threats that they're going to burn my house again. Right? They tell me that. I have the evidence here. Because they know that I was aware of what they were doing. They know that I resisted to it. This is why they always keep me out. They always saw me as a Jack Deal spy. But thank God I wasn't never working with the PNC. I work with the Guyana Action Party. Yes, I campaign on social media. Everybody knows that. But I know a day would have come when they will be exposed. Y'all see Chanel Smith, Daniels, I tell you all the time. I don't forget them, you know. Right? Let me pull up one of the video and show y'all something. Just bear with me. Just one of this video I want to pull up and show y'all something. And this phone here. Look like a session going on in the comments right now, and I'm not going to even read it. I will not be distracted by none of them. I will leave in the hands of my followers here tonight. They will destroy you. People, I have a video which is the solid evidence. Right? I have that video. I will find it and I will upload it on Facebook so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. You imagine somebody who invited you to an event. Yeah, Gita. Somebody invited you to the event, and then when you turn up to the event, there was no event. And then the same person sent you a video with your house on fire and nobody else there. Then who took the video? And Chanel Smith and Daniels sent me the video. Right? These people know. They know what was coming. You know, yeah, let me tell you something. These people know that they lost the election since in April of 2020. These people know. I can tell you of encounters and of meetings upon meetings that we had. I can tell you that David Granger attempted to concede more than 3 times and was literally threatened. Yeah, see, I don't really go after David Granger. I mean, he was a part of the gang, but I tell you something. They do the old man some things. David Granger was a front line. David Granger was the only man who had a bit of clean slate, and that is why he could have been the presidential candidate of the coalition. Because none of them, you couldn't put the rest there. You check it, all of them from the PNC side, none of them could have been appointed or could have been elected or appointed, for a matter of fact, as the presidential candidate for the coalition. All of them, you check the background, is a bunch of gangsters and thieves. All of them involved in high corruption of taxpayers' monies prior to 1992, right here in Guyana. And the people did not forget them. So if you had seen any of them being presidential candidate, they would not have gotten the support. David Granger was the scapegoat. Right? People are telling you, but you see this 2025 regional general election. And I'm speaking to the younger generation of this country tonight. I want to get this message out to you. Don't look on me as a PPP. Don't look at me as an Irfan Ali supporter or a Bar Jagdi supporter or a strong BBP. Don't look at me in any of this sort. Look at me as a youth, as yourself, as a father, as a parent who wants a brighter future for their families. Because I know and I'm confident and I can assure you that your future are in good hands with a government like the People's Progressive Party Civic. This is the only government will make a way for you in the future. Don't bother with the crap when they tell you about who killed 240 something black youths and who do this and the only government and the only party in the history of Guyana that has a clean track record, a track record that can prove development, a track record that can prove transformation in this country is the People's Progressive Party civic government. No other. The only party or the only multiracial party in Guyana is the People's Progressive Party civic. Check the PNC. Check the leadership of the PNC. They got one Indian man there. And he's struggling to keep his head, or not even his head, he nose above the water. Ganesh Manipal. He frightened to come out and tell y'all, people like Carol Joseph and Shadata is downright racist. Anybody with a different color or texture of hair, especially if you are an Indian, these people hate you to the core. Take it from me here tonight. Take it from me here tonight. I can tell you that. Ubraj Narain. Don't bother with the front show. You see what you doing now? You ain't running behind the PNC no more. You're running behind Azruddin. Because this is the only string that you hold on. He can't open his mouth in Congress Place. You check it. I know of all the Indian people, the very few Indian persons that were elected in leadership. They cannot open their mouth. Gita Chandan, she can't open her mouth. You see, the treasurer, he resigned. And he has to come out and say this as well. People, I'm not assuming this is what I would have experienced and seen it in broad daylight. These people, and these are the people who wants to come out and point finger at the People's Progressive Party civic to say that they are a racist government or a racist party. These are the people. These are the people that stand publicly and say, we are only giving jobs to the PNC. These are the same people when they created this program with billions of Guyana's taxpayers' dollars. And they said they had oil money, but they had billions of dollars. Created SLED programs to create projects in communities. And they were written to by the then General Secretary of the party to say, give the first priority to card-bearing financial members of the PNC, then supporters, and whatever little bit you got left back, give to 1 and 2, let it feel as though we're doing things. People, y'all believe is these things I make it up. These are factual, and these are things they don't want to hear. You check David Hines. Check Kadaki. Check the other one. We name I don't even remember the name. Was that turned the guns on the Indian people in the Guyana police force? Y'all remember them? These are the downright racists of this country, and they got the audacity to come out here to say to you, our young people, that the PPP racist. Show me in the history of Guyana where any minister of the People's Progressive Party civic government would have publicly or in any way act in a racist manner to any Guyanese, to any ethnic group of this country. Y'all point it out and I'm waiting here tonight. These people, when they want to create something, they hold on to a piece of something and they put it out there. You remember when they had the talk about how Jack they said that the PPP is a coolie man party? You remember the talk? These people they ain't easy, buddy. And my younger generation, my fellow young people, I'm not begging you. I'm pleading with you. If you are going to make a decision for 2025 of who will be your government, don't make a decision on a man dressing in Versace and driving a Lamborghini, because not every Guyanese is going to drive a Lamborghini. Don't make a decision on somebody who come and tell you, but Jagdio do this and do that. Make a decision. Sit down and assess from 2015 to 2020 and 2020 to 2025. And you tell me which government is a government for Guyana and for your future. You know, when I get into these, oh, God say, thank you very much, Stanley. I haven't, Stanley, please excuse me. I'm not looking into the comment here. Right? Why I'm not looking into the comment? I don't intend to follow up with the ignores here tonight. For those few who are coming on here with the crap tonight, I will leave them in the hands of people like Stanley Hamilton and Gita Prasad and Sally Jones and them. I would leave them in the hands of them. They will deal with them for me. I will progress and move forward. And that's why you see, I'm dealing with my extended camera, because I'm not going to look on the screen. Talking about Amansa Walton has a problem. She has a problem with the little One Guyana logo at the bottom of the passport. But she didn't have a problem with the David Granger sign and the David Granger name on the school bus. She didn't have a problem with the David Granger sign on the school bag. She didn't have a problem with the David Granger sign on the boat. She didn't have a problem with Burnham on the school textbooks. But you got a problem with a little One Guyana sign on the passport. These people is a different level or different type of hypocrites in this new generation. And these are the people who wants to be your leader. These are the people who wants to lead you. You know, people, let me tell you something. I got a lot of energy. They discuss me out and they call me all kind of things. They created all kind of things. They put a lot of things out there about me. But story have different sides. And plenty of time, I never come out to respond to them. And I leave it as it is. But what happened? It dies a natural death. You understand? As I grow older, and in this era of politics, I've learned to pick my fight wisely. And not every fight is a fight that you must fight. Some of them you just have to let it go, let it bypass. Because from the time you engage, you give it root like cancer. But when you allow them to speak and you do not respond, it blows over your head. And I want you to learn that. I know we can be tempted in many ways and in many occasions to say things like myself, but I've learned. I must say thank God for our leader and General Secretary, Bar Jagdio, very wise man, and one of my mentors. I must also say thank you to my wife. Let me tell you something. See, it wasn't for me, wife. And many times I would trip out on social media. Yeah, see, here what I ain't saying that I want to be like nobody. But when I see critic behaving like a madman on Facebook, at first I used to say, "Banner this, banner critic, and I don't man, something you gotta go humbly self." But you see, this society that we're dealing with here today, some people deserve those kind of response. Y'all know me and Critic is 1 day apart. I'm the 26th of December and Critic is the 27th of December. And I just feel that one day I will trip out just like critic on this show. It's only because my smart children. But I want them to know, don't take me for granted. One of this day, just one of this day. But in all, put that aside. Sometimes you gotta tell people like it is. You have to let them know the times. Don't let people feel that they could trample on you. And the PNC, and I keep saying the PNC, they feel that for some reason they are the biggest bullies in this country. They're the one who can come on these social platforms. Stanley, yeah, I'm gonna bring Shivani. Definitely gonna bring Shivani. They alone feel that they could come on these social platforms and they got a voice and they got a mouth. They are the one who just come out and cuss people and call people all kind of names. And one time you responded to them, you are a racist. They run and they call the ERC. And when the ERC do not act within their favor, they turn around and cuss out the ERC. This is the environment that we live in today. And that is why I said 2025, we're going to have a social media war. And y'all believe this. Take it from me. Because I personally will not sit and allow anybody forced to disrespect me, my family, my party. And I will defend every single minister of government. I will defend every single leadership of our government, from the president, the vice president, the prime minister. I don't care what. You can bring up whatever you want. Oh, they do this, they do that. I will defend them the way that you just defend the gangsters that y'all got in your party there. You understand? If y'all could defend a bunch of gangsters, a bunch of corrupted people, why must I not defend my leaders who have a clean track records, who have something called integrity? Why can't I defend them? And when we defend them, when our supporters defend them, when our followers defend them, y'all we are kind of name, right? Y'all got to stop the nonsense. And y'all got to stop the PNC, got to stop acting as though y'all got a lease or a title for black people in this country. We all have the right to choose whoever we want, whichever party we want to choose. We have the right to do so. Unapologetically. We don't have to apologize here for that. If a black man chooses the PVP, he's a slave catcher. He's a house slave. These are the things. You're calling people trench crapo. You're calling people jagabats and all kinds of things. But when people call you a hungry belly, y'all got a problem. It is racist. Y'all got to stop it. Nobody, y'all talk about the New Testament, where we going back to the Moses law. An eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. If you say this to me, I will say that to you. I will be a reflection of how you treat me or how you speak to me. I will match your energy. And that is why I urge every single person here tonight on this live, our supporter, do not be bullied by none of them. When they come and tell you things, you have to tell them back. They cannot do you anything. We will stand together. We need to stand together. Our followers, we need to stand together. I keep urging you, utilize your platforms wisely. Put it out there. If you see they coming after Randy Singh, Yeah, go after them. If they're coming after Barbara, you go after them. We must be able to represent each other. We must be able to be our brother's keeper. You understand? I don't have to know Randy Singh. I don't have to know Barbara in person. I don't have to know Love Aaron in person. But if I see you going after them, especially if I know that they are our supporters or they are members of the party or they are my followers, I will automatically get involved. That is how I chuck it. I don't care because somebody tell, oh, this is not your story, don't get in. No, it's my story. Because once you're going after my people, I will go after you. And that's how we gotta chuck it on social media. Look out for each other. This is not no time for playing nice by game with these people. They have to realize that those days are gone. Well, like I said, this time in a long time. Those days are gone when we're gonna sit in our corner silently and cry and mope up about these things and oh they said this to me. No, 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 no. I can promise you that if you say this to me, I will say that to you. I will match your energy. My brothers and sisters, I do want to thank you so much for the time here tonight. And as I want to encourage each and every one of you, I want to encourage each and every one of you as we head into election phase, right? We have to be focused, we have to be vigilant, and also we have to be wise. Don't jump at everything, but know how to act, what to say, when to say, where to say it. And in the same sentiment, let us try as much to stay calm. But that doesn't mean you're going to take my calmness for weakness because, like I said, nothing said, nothing done. Moonshine. So I want to say thank you guys for being here with me tonight. Thank you for sharing this time with me. And I want to encourage you to share this live. Send the message out there to them. All right? Send the message out there to them. Thank you so much, Patty. Anybody needs to call in, you can give me a call. No problem. 611-0200. Before I close, if you want to call and make a suggestion, if something is bothering you, you want to share, you can call in now. The number is 611-0200. I see Jean Cornelius saying to all my Facebook friends and family, please don't accept any friend requests using my name. It's not me. Please, thank you. And that is coming from Jean Cornelius, all the way from Linden. All right. There's a lot of people creating a set of fake accounts out there to and attacking people. Yeah, definitely, definitely, LC. I will be coming to Essequibo. And I want to encourage persons. This is my time when I will be start moving around. Wherever you want me to come, y'all can invite me. All I want y'all to do is just get a place for me to overnight. And I like plenty food, enough roti and so. All right, Stanley Hampton, thank you. All right? And I will be coming at my own expenses. The PVP ain't got to pay me for the Bar Jagdio or the government don't have to pay me for that because the first thing they're going to say, oh, the government using taxpayers' money for fund Kevin Lorman. No, my supporters will fund me. I will find my way and I will preach the message. Gili ba sa slack box. Yeah, I know Jack. There's a slack box. I feel guilty today. This man Jack. There are no man. Me box to the slack. At one time, man, is me the man talking about it, man. Slack box. I tell you, I got said the slack box. Me box to them. I must got about 2 years now. Wifey mine on to me. Hello, Tesha, sorry. Thursday night, every Thursday night on Target. Thank you so much, Stanley. That's a good suggestion. Thursday and Sunday night. All right. 2 hours, Barry Sanchez said. 2 hours every Thursday night. How long we went on tonight, Stanley? Check the time for me. How long we went on tonight? Let me see. I never seen the timings. And somebody tell me how long we went on. But Sally Jones, don't play Sally Jones. Don't play the game. Me, I call nobody. They wait tonight. You play. You want to set me up. When Jack they say was slack back to the man, make I feel guilty by you, man. Got me checking. Man, target I holding up me back to that. One Guyana, thank you so much, Marlon boys. One Guyana, we are one Guyana. Let me tell you something, Guyana. Tell you something, people. Guyana, then. Guyana is the most 1 hour 20 minutes. Thank you so much, Stanley. You know, right, Patty? The man ain't got no time or place. Let me tell you something. I love my country so much. I can say I'm a loyalist to my country. Um, I'm a patriot to this country. Let me tell you how this is. I'm tell you a secret. From the time I hear the national anthem, water literally just come to my eyes to see the things that my country have to go through. To see that we have a government struggling, fighting to bring our people together. Why the opposition can't do that? Everything, it's a fight, it's a fight, it's a fight. Election is one time in every 5 years. When it's election time, we campaign, who win, got in government. All right, let us work. Opposition, you're the opposition. We're the government. All right, government, they always sit down and work, this, blah, come together, make things happen. Next 5 years, you go to elections again, you campaign. But no, these people fight right through from day one to the end, and they're fighting. And the thing of it, the fight that they're putting up is not a good fight. The fight that they are putting up is not for the people. You check it. You check it. The fight that they are putting up is for themselves. What good? I want the PNC, or I want anybody. I know it's close enough, but I want anybody here to tell me, or just to show me one good suggestion or an input by the APNU AFC from 2020 to date. Murizaro is a barrel, make a jump. I want if you talk about Carl Smith and Shonell Smith Daniels, two barrel thief. Bareface barrel thief, Shonell Smith Daniels and Shimada Carl Smith. Let it take me to the court. I want to take me to the court bad by. I don't know why these two people didn't take me to the court, or they ain't taking me on. But y'all cut this piece, right? Why y'all cut this piece for me? Y'all could share it out. Tanya Hamilton, you're gonna do this, right? Giving you a special project. Shonell Smith Daniels and her mother Carol Smith Daniels, they coveted one barrel coming from a donor in America with school clothes and school items for my children. Also, some dresses were sent from my wife. And I saw at the PNC last Congress, Carol Smith and her daughter proudly dressed in those dresses, campaigning for Arby Norton. Barefaced daylight thieves is what we call them. Let us take that to the court. Anyway, guys, it's a pleasure having you here tonight. And, Stanley suggested every Thursday night, yes, a backup from the Vice President's press conference. And, guys, let us work together. We can make it happen. The PVP is not about who's black, who's coolie, who's buck, who's Chinese. The PPP is all about unity as one people. And that is why the president is emphasizing on a one Guyana. He didn't say a part of Guyana or a group of Guyana. He said one Guyana. And Guyana is who? Guyana is made up of 6 ethnic groups. So I don't know why these people got a problem with the slogan of one Guyana. Them are like though. Anything that is oneness, anything that is of unity, then people are like that. Then people like this segregation. Then people like see people living like cats and dogs. But you know what? We're gonna put an end to that. Thank you so much again, and I have to go now. I will see you when I see you again. Bye for now. Good night. And once again, I want to say happy Holi to our Hindu brothers and sisters, and wishing you all the best for tomorrow's celebration. Do I have any fans here in Suzdijk? Any of my followers here from Suzdijk or close to Suzdijk? Because tomorrow I coming down and I go in and get some sweet food. Yeah, it's called sweet food, right? Anybody, yeah, please invite me now. I want to come and get some nice 7 curry and so. Jason, good night, my brother. Anybody, yeah, invite me now, man. My number is 611-0200. And you can add me on WhatsApp if you all have any concern, if you have any suggestion, if you have anything you need to share. My number is 611-0200. Thank you so much for the time, and I will see you when I see you again. Bye.
We are a peaceful people, struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one courage, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one courage, not a blade of grass.